Hey guys, it's JQ Crafty. Welcome to another process video for Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfiles. I am on the design team and I love it. Second term. It's midway through that second term. I think we go till October. So yeah, I love these Cutfiles. The new release gave me so many ideas. I plan on using Mr. Fix-It actually, and that might be my first one for... I'm still going to do that one. I don't know if I'll have a process video, but I'm going to do that one. But I was torn between doing that one and the Legos. And so I decided what I was going to do is I cut just the bricks out 4 times. And I kind of have an idea to use them, but not in the traditional form, almost like create a background with them. I don't know. We'll see if it works. We have to show you guys my bonehead. I have these books. They're called, is it mix books? Oh my gosh, now I don't remember. Yes, mix books. And it's where I have all my photos printed. I don't know if they still exist. It was an app and it would print automatically for me every month. But I was ripping them out and I accidentally ripped here. It didn't rip at the perforation. So it ripped all my photos. There were a bunch more photos of him. Luckily, these 2 ripped and he's below the rip. There was one that went right across his eyeballs. This one was close, but I wanted this full shot of him. And then this one was close as well. But I figure it's going to be a tiny, tiny, crack is what it's going to look like in the photo on the page. It's not going to matter after I get it matted down. But, I just couldn't believe it. I had to throw 2 of them away. Well, I had too many. Let's be real. I had too many for sure. Not every single photo needs to be scrapped. They are safely saved digitally somewhere, so we don't have to worry about these are the only ones. That's the great thing about this digital era, is all my photos are safe if I ruin them. And so they're all safe digitally backed up somewhere. But yeah, there were too many. So I had to weed it out. The one was, like I said, completely across his eyeballs. It was going to be way too obvious. This one's going to be a little obvious too, but not too bad once I get it cut down and matted and everything. And then the other ones were same shot, different angle. So whatever. Anywho, but I think I'm going to play with some of the Brave and Bold collection because there are bold colors, a lot like the bricks that we have in our hands in these. So let's get started. So I think I had mentioned last month, I have not just traditionally backed Cutfile in a while, and so that's what I do this time. So I'm trimming down the photos to the size that I want them to be, so I have them all set. And this layout turns out to be kind of what I wanted it to be, but not exactly how I thought it was going to turn out. There's actually very to little embellishment. There's a lot of color, and I like the simplicity of it, because I think the Cutfile and my background speak volumes. So I don't think I need to add any more, but we'll see what you guys think. So I went ahead and yes, in Brave and Bold, so I have the paper pads, or the not activity pads, that's for children. Yeah, it's an activity pad. I mean, really. Collection pads? I don't remember what they're called. But anyway, you get them at Joann's, and so it's just a taste. It's a sampling of the collection. It's not the entire collection of 12 by 12. You get a 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and then there's always these colored cardstocks. And some people are I don't ever know what to do with colored cardstock. I actually like colored cardstock a lot, especially when it coordinates with the collection very well. I like to frame a lot of my layouts, and to do it in color is sometimes kind of fun. And then also, since we do cut files, I'd like to cut them out sometimes in colored cardstock. But anywho, so I cut the block. It's the Blocks Cutfile. I didn't cut the little guy out. I just cut the block, and I cut it 4 times.
I did 2 times the same way, and then I mirrored it and did it 2 more times. I made them bigger. And so what you see me doing now is I took a scrap of this really cheap yellow cardstock that I have, and I went through the paper pad that I have, and or the activity pad, like I said, and I grabbed out the red, the blue, the green, and I thought it was an orange, but it is more of a yellow. It's like that in between. It's like very golden yellow, but they're like the perfect colors. They match the Lego blocks, and these are the mega blocks that I have in these photos of him. And it was just a fun day of him, and it was so cute. Like, he's building a tower, and he's using his construction tools, and he's like pretending that he's actually building the tower. He's like using the saw and sawing parts of it off. He was just having so much fun, and I got so many pictures of him. So I end up weeding it down to only 3, but I wanted to create the background with the 4 colors, and then I decided as I'm laying this out, I was just going to lay the white cut file down, but then I decided, well, what if I backed it with the colors as well, but then line them up so the colors aren't on the same color. You'll see here in a second what I mean. So I'm going to map my photos in white really quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and back all the cut files in the same colors that I'm going to make the background. And I just cut them all down 6x6, so I'm going to create like a 4 grid background of color, and then I'm going to do each Lego brick in a color, and then I'm going to place them on not that same color. So I'm going to mix it up a little. Yeah, because when I cut them up, the 12x12 sheets, I ended up having 6x6. So there. And I'm really liking the way that looks. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so primary. It's so Lego. It's so... But I'm like, how can I make this a little more fun? So I grabbed one of my Dusty Attic sketches, or Dusty Attic stencils. I really like this one. It's supposed to look like, kind of like rust through a grate almost. And then I have my modeling paste. My Vicky Bouton modeling paste, and I figured just more white in the background would be perfect. So I'm going to just put a smattering of that in each square so it comes out behind the bricks. And when I was thinking about this, I was like, well, what can I be my title? And so my title is just going to be Bricks, Bricks, Everywhere, Bricks, because I really didn't know what else to put. And there's not a lot, like I said, there's really not much to journal about, except for the fact that I think the pictures speak what he's doing. There's not a huge story. So I didn't need to do a ton of journaling. I'm like, well, let's just make a page look really neat and colorful. And so I'm going to pop those up on foam. I'm going to get my photos in the middle. I weeded it down to 3. I really liked the other one too, but it was also another ripped one. And it was a super close up. And these other 2 also showed what he was doing. And you could see his goggles on the top of his head just as well. And that's what it was. It was kind of zooming in on the goggles on top of his head. So yeah, I decided that this would be good. And then I was like, okay, my photos need to set on something. So I went back to the paper pad, and there is black and white. It's a white with like black painted streaks down it. So I'm going to mat the photos on there, and I'm going to layer in the kind of scraps of the colors that I use, except for the red, because I accidentally got modeling paste all over it, and so I had to throw it away. But I'm going to add red in my title, so that kind of takes care of the red. So that I have those 4 colors kind of everywhere. They're in the background, they're in the cut file, they're behind the photos, and in the title. So they're like, it's on the big background, it's in the center where this brick layout part happens, and then it's in the center by the photos is where all the colors are. So I'm just matting those. I'm going to lay them down, and then I'll add all the foam. And then I decided, I am going to do some black splatters, because I'm going to get out my black alphas so that they stand out really, really well. And I had the Simple Stories color, is it Color Stories or Color Vibes? Yes. I have a bunch of those foam alphas. So I'm going to grab the black, because I have just enough letters because I barely touched it, that I can spell out bricks 3 times. So it's going to be bricks, bricks, everywhere, bricks. And in just, I don't know, I really like it. I think it turned out really good. So yeah, that is something you can do with colored cardstock. If you're someone also who's very wary about colored cardstock, create something really dynamic with a bunch of the colors that all go good together. And then you can always incorporate a pattern paper that has all those colors as well, or go neutral and go black and white, and it really pops. But I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are enjoying this new release. There's so many fun things with boys, which is perfect. I have a boy in my life. All boys, except for my cats. But thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoy, and we will see you next time.